I don't know what video this is, but you'll notice I've switched to this now. And I haven't put it in here. It doesn't quite fit, right? Of course, that doesn't really help you. Doesn't quite fit. It's kind of close, pretty close, but just going like this for that's too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with this. I love this wand. I hate this wand. I'm really interested in seeing how it works out, and I have mixed feelings. So there we go. But I kind of need this right now because I plan on doing more wand working later. I had a failure on wand 7, video 4 earlier. Expected a second failure, actually. But here what I have to do is I have to, since this is slightly larger, not much, but slightly, 1/8 of an inch, something like that, I need to angle it to try to make some of these a little bit more level, or more even, I should say. And I'll probably have to go along here and do that dance where I take from one side, like this is pretty thick, so I'll probably take from that side, and then what am I going to do here where it's about even, right? So I'll probably be doing that dance, but I need this. All of my grip, I almost said grippers, but that isn't really right. Are not going to work here. See that? And I'm super glad. Oh, you little. Oh. I almost cussed right then and there. What's my time? 2 minutes? Balls. Let's roll. Nope. Most of this other stuff is not quite as advanced as these areas are. And I haven't really determined what the differences are between that smaller one depth-wise, like this, depth, and the other. So I'm probably just going to try to make them similar. Probably try to make them similar. This is probably one of the longer running wands in my business, because one, it's a little bit more, there are so many edges on here. It's not quite the same as if I'm like scooting something along with a chisel, right? Here I've got just so many edges, all of which on every plane have to be kind of touched and helped. So we're just going to go ahead and start using this because I suspect, probably rightfully so, that I will be able to do more with this more quickly. Even if the smaller one meant that I could adjust things a little bit more, but even then we were accounting for this, and this is less rough, so it's not going to remove quite as quickly. So in these areas where I've already made a lot of work, as opposed to these areas which are still pretty shallow, it's going to be pretty quick, but here it's going to take a lot more work. But I have this handy dandy rubber handle that can help see me through these dark and terrible days, which I must toil over in eternal anguish. Oh, go, you little bastard. Fuck's sake. Really wish I had my vices still, but There that goes. Oh, resistance. There we go. Ugh. Fuck. Ugh. I fucking hate this wand. So I said I hate this wand, but the other, yeah, I can say that. So the other week we went to Maui, right? And it is, I've been to all the other islands that you can largely go to, and civilization is there, which is modern. And I say that for a reason. One preserves Hawaiian cultural heritage, and I can't go there. That's fine. Don't care. Some of the others are just uninhabited. And fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so as much as I complain about this ironwood pine, I did look up the requirements, and I have ironwood pine seeds. I didn't know if they were viable. Well, I don't know if they're viable. And usually when I see them, the seed pod itself is empty. But that wasn't the case. So as much as I complain about this, rightfully, I'm about to use it to grow smaller ones. Say, well, not so much in this, but in some pot like this. That's literally what I bought this for. To grow. This is probably going to hold a rainbow eucalyptus, actually, because I want to see if I can make the smaller version of it and it still sheds the bark, and that's really what I want to know. But my son has a friend who loves sloths, and so I said, all right, well, I will let this go if you want to send this to your friend. And I haven't heard anything for like a month. So I will be doing experiments like that. And I have ironwood pine seeds. I grabbed it and then I was like, oh, this isn't going to last. Well, it did last. And the seed pod ejected some seeds from it, actually in the rental car. Like, oh shit. So I kept some of those. No idea if they're viable. But as much as I complain about this, so what I'm trying to do here actually is I'm trying to match up this line, and then I'll match up this one. And what my intent is in the end, because like here's where the dip is, where I got done with the more coarse but no grip indents here. You probably can't see it, but if you look at the gap distance here, it gets smaller and smaller, right? So that's why. The hell was I just saying? Oh yeah. So as much as I complain about it, I've had a soft spot for bonsai. I've bought some in the past. Well, bonsai. I'm not going to buy expensive ones because they might get ruined. I might have to move. You know. So I did get some of this ironwood pine. we go. Yeah. From Maui. Would have gotten it from here, but I wasn't here. And I did actually look it up because I was getting ready. I have some driftwood from Maui, and I'm like, oh crap! Do I have to mail me this? Mail myself this for the post? Can I take this through the airport? And I can take it through the airport, and so I did. So the seas went with me, and they're going from one Hawaii island to another, where they are both endemic at this point. So it was okay. If I'm being honest, and usually I'm looking at a wand, I'm like, who's the end user of something like this? And I have no freaking idea for something like this. This is a heavy ass wand. This is heavier than half the chisels that I use, which is kind of cool in a way. They call it ironwood, and I suspected it was just because they were being cute, but that shit works. Now, it's unfortunate that it doesn't grow roots super deep, so it does help with topical erosion, but not at the deeper level. So, like Bellows Air Force Base, for example, right now, well, not just right now, but for years, several years, they've been removing some of these pines, ironwood pines, because they were planted for erosion prevention, and they are good for that. But they are a bit more shallow with their roots and similar. So they have a tendency to topple over. So they're just kind of getting rid of some of them. I don't know how many, maybe all, but they look really cool. I mean, these plants look similar to, like, I really love, like, weeping plants. I come from a temperate forest, I'll say background. Doesn't quite make sense, really, but, I wonder if I can just chisel this shit and make it go faster. Not much. Not chiseling all this. Ooh. That's so I can be faster. But anyways, I love like weeping cherries, weeping pines, things like that. Love them. Always loved them. I would import those if I dared. I would. I love the somber effect. And these ironwood pines kind of have a similar effect, at least on me. They look like weeping trees almost. I'm wondering if I shouldn't try to. Oh, you're just wanting this now? I do actually have old farm chisels that are about 3/4 of this width. I could sharpen the shit out of them. I could do it. I have them. I appreciate old farm chisels. I can go like this. I'm not sure which is more appropriate. When I run this file through, part of the reason why I'm doing it is that I can level out some of these areas, right? Like this. I kind of have to make some of those decisions right now if I'm using a chisel. I suppose you could say I'm making those decisions already with a file, but the truth is that something like this small, this thin, is going to have to be widened, and I kind of want the file to do that, and I'm just not sure about the rest. So if we're being honest, this wood, this ironwood, ironwood pine, it can take this chisel and smile and laugh and keep on going. And the truth is that what I should probably be doing, quite frankly, is either using the drill press that I have and putting that super coarse bit in that I can't seem to find a handle for, or similar, and then adjusting that with this drill, which means I have to get angle right and things like that. I could use a hand drill that I have that could just like spin like this and do it that way. And the truth is that I have a Dremel, and I could literally just use a grounding bit this way. But those are all automated approaches, and that's kind of not what I'm doing. So this is probably going to take me like, because I'm not that interested in it. I am, but I have other things I want to do. Also, I can't devote my life to this one lawn, but I have to I'll still work on this thing. This is probably going to be like one of the longest running lawns I will have, because I say it's a pine, but it doesn't act like a pine. It acts more like a red oak. Super strong, super solid. You're not just going to run something over like real quick and get your easy win. And that's the what is it, 3 minutes? All right, let's put some file to it. So you can see here where the heavy file stopped. See? This is going to take a while because I don't have an infinite amount of spare time. Oh, go on, you little bastard. Oh, sorry. I'm obviously not quite fully well yet. And I'm not giving up on my no automation tools requirement. So this is just gonna have to take a while. And I will 100% never ever get what it's worth, because it's, at least in my labor, which is like a super arrogant thing to say, but it's totally true. Say I was just doing minimum wage, the U.S. of course. I live in Hawaii. I mean, that's, none of my wants would meet anything close to my base wage, and I'm okay with that. Oh, balls. All right, well, yep, it's about time. So if there was a lawn that was going to make me want to go automated, this would be it. But I'm not there yet. I have years still left here. And I'll just have to do lawns in between. So a huge improvement with that handle. I'll clean the rest of this up later, but progress. This is probably going to take like a year, which is kind of sad to say, but I mean, all right, so if we were to get technical, I mean, we want to say this is going to be hand done. I can strap this piece over the edge like this. Like earlier today, I was drilling into wand 7 with a drill thing on here, a manual drill that I was pushing into my hands. I could do a similar thing here. Just go drill, turn, drill, turn, drill. And that's not within the spirit of what I want to do. It will suck with this wand for like a year. It will. And I'm okay with that. Now, I'm not going to do this exclusively because that doesn't serve me. It doesn't. But, serious wand. Serious wand. So, you'll be seeing that beauty again for quite a while. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's not exciting, and I'm pretty much just going to put boring after all those things, but that's, you know, that's the truth. It is. It's boring for me too, but it's an exercise in discipline and perseverance, and so that's exactly how I'm going to treat it. Which is partially why I'm not doing this only, because quite frankly, this isn't some, I'm not some monastery and they're testing me for my ability to persevere on tasks that don't matter. I've been to places where, say in the military, I've threatened people, literally saying, look, I've asked you for something simple. If you're going to deny me, that I'm literally going to mark off a 4x4 area. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but it was going to be 4x4, 5x5, much more than 2x2. Obviously, this wasn't Air Force because I wasn't Air Force, and they don't understand things like that. And I said, you will arrange all the rocks in this area by size, and then once you're done with that, I'll determine if you need to arrange them by color. And the purpose of that was not to be just a big dick. It was more so, I asked you for something real fucking simple, and you decided to get mouthy with me. And usually that's when they decide, okay, whatever. Granted, that was Iraq. Very different scenario. Outside the wire, no air conditioning, no fucking emails home, none of that dumb shit. Much more severe than what most of these branches deal with today, right? Including the Army in some cases. So, not interested in, I would never order somebody to do something like that. Not just because it was mine, just because it would be menial, and yes, it would work in the end, but to what extent? I will never get my money's worth out of the wand. And I'm okay with that, partially because I want to see how it goes. But I can already tell you that it's too thick, and I could go and shave most of that shit off down to more like a point like this, and I'm going to have to do that anyhow. But that's not what I've started doing, so that's not what I'm going to do. Sounds dumb, I know. But that's the way it goes. You need to have projects like that sometimes. You know, I'm getting off topic. All right, take care. Be cool. See ya.